Today, Spike and I are showing you how to brush your dog's teeth and the biology that goes behind it. Dental disease in dogs is driven by plaque, which is a biofilm made up of bacteria, food debris, saliva, and proteins. Within hours of eating, this biofilm starts to form on the tooth surface, and if it's not disrupted, it mineralizes into something called tartar. You might often hear that terminology from the vet if you take your dog in for having their teeth cleaned. But essentially, once tartar is formed, it can't just be removed by brushing your dog's teeth. It requires expensive cleaning procedures, which is what we're trying to avoid in the first place. Essentially, brushing is about mechanically disrupting this biofilm before it matures. The other thing that's important for getting results is the type of toothpaste that you use. There are a few categories of dog toothpaste, and they're not all equal, so let's break them down. The first are abrasive toothpaste, and these are ones that focus mainly on mechanical cleaning. The second are antimicrobial formulations that target the bacterial load, and the third are enzymatic toothpaste, which is the gold standard for at-home dental care. The one we use is called CET Enzymatic Toothpaste by Virbac. I get this from the vet, but I've also seen it on Amazon. It's pretty accessible, and Spike loves it because it's poultry flavored. With regards to the toothbrush, you don't really need to go fancy. I just use these super cheap toothbrushes that every time I stay at a hotel, I ask front desk for a toothbrush and I bring them back home so I can use it with Spike. So jumping into the technique, and this is where we need you, buddy. So brushing works because of the sheer mechanical force that you're applying to the tooth surface. You want to apply this force at the gingival margin, which is the space between the tooth and the gum. This is where plaque accumulates most aggressively. And the angle here does matter. So you want to hold the brush at roughly 45-degree angle toward the gum line, which allows the bristles to get slightly under the margin where the bacteria is colonizing. Then use small circular motions. Focus on the outer surfaces and the back molars. This is where dogs naturally accumulate more plaque. Now, of course, when we first started out, Spike would never let me get this deep into his gums. But we've really worked our way up by early desensitization and just building up his tolerance. And I gotta tell you, the chicken flavored toothpaste is an absolute blessing. I will also say when we first started off, I used to just let him lick and become accustomed to the toothbrush and the toothpaste. And then I put it in his mouth and he would kind of just bite on it like he is right now. And I try to rotate the bristles so that they would go and brush over his tooth surface. Over time, he trusts me enough to actually lift his cheek a little bit and ensure that I am getting deep into, especially the back, that I am getting deep into that layer between the tooth and the gum. From a frequency perspective, our vet did tell us to brush every single day, but also added that if we can only get 3 to 4 days a week in, it is enough to reduce plaque accumulation. The key variable is just the consistent disruption of that biofilm that we talked about earlier. Well, hopefully knowing the science behind it makes it a little easier to stick to the brushing routine. If you do have any questions for us, leave them in the comments down below, and we hope to see you in our next video. Bye for now.